Imagine speaking English confidently tomorrow by changing one daily habit. Every conversation becomes practice when you refuse to stay silent. Fluency grows slowly through brave, imperfect words spoken every day. Mistakes are friendly teachers, guiding stronger communication with confidence always. One student feared simple greetings until courage finally appeared naturally. She practiced aloud during morning walks, despite curious strangers watching. Her voice trembled first, but determination never disappeared inside heart. Soon neighbors smiled and answered kindly, encouraging every small attempt. Confidence arrived quietly, because consistent effort changes everything over time. Then speaking English felt natural, instead of frightening daily struggle. You can follow the same simple path starting today confidently. Speak with friends, family, mirrors, pets, anyone listening without fear. Every sentence builds another strong bridge toward fluent communication skills. Stop translating everything inside your head before speaking aloud confidently. Trust your growing instincts more than perfect grammar today, please. Real progress comes from repetition, not hesitation anymore, friend. Remember, each brave conversation unlocks another door toward exciting opportunities ahead. People admire effort more than flawless pronunciation every single time. Keep smiling while learning, because positive energy attracts supportive people. Your future self will thank today's fearless practice every time. Remember, every expert once sounded like a beginner too often. They improved by speaking consistently, despite uncomfortable moments daily anyway. Success belongs to learners refusing excuses and embracing action first. Replace doubt with daily conversations, wherever possible, every chance available. Listen carefully, repeat naturally, answer boldly. Continue improving forever, together. Your tongue becomes faster when your mind stays relaxed daily. Small victories create unstoppable confidence for bigger dreams tomorrow, always. Never compare your beginning with someone else's middle journey today. Believe improvement follows patient, consistent speaking every single day faithfully. Keep talking until English feels like your second voice, naturally. One conversation today changes countless conversations tomorrow, with confidence, forever. Choose courage before comfort every single speaking opportunity you find. Your dreams deserve an English voice filled with confidence daily. Practice again tonight and celebrate every honest improvement tomorrow proudly. Ignore embarrassment, because growth always rewards persistent learners eventually. Greatly, keep your heart open and your mouth speaking English daily. Others may doubt you, but persistence proves everything eventually anyway. Inspire someone else by using English whenever possible every day. Your consistent voice becomes your greatest teacher every day forward. Always talk in English and become truly fluent starting now. Speak English every day, even if you make mistakes. This simple habit can completely change the way you learn the language. Many learners spend months studying grammar, memorizing vocabulary, and reading books, yet they still hesitate to speak. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect accent, or the perfect sentence. Unfortunately, that perfect moment never arrives. Real improvement begins only when you start using English in daily life. Speaking every day trains your brain to think faster, remember words more easily, and express ideas with greater confidence. Even a few minutes of daily speaking is more powerful than several hours of study once a week. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. Every fluent English speaker made thousands of mistakes before becoming confident. Children learn their first language by trying, failing, listening, and trying again. They are not afraid of saying the wrong word because they know practice helps them improve. English learners can follow the same process. Every mistake teaches something valuable. You may discover a better word, correct your pronunciation, or learn a more natural sentence. Instead of feeling embarrassed, see each mistake as proof that you are learning and moving forward. Daily speaking also helps you remember vocabulary longer. It is easy to forget words that stay inside a notebook, but words become part of your memory when you use them in conversations. If you learn 10 new words today, try speaking all 10 before you sleep. Describe your room, your family, your plans, or your favorite hobby using those words. The more often you say them, the easier they become to remember. Active use is much stronger than silent memorization because your brain connects the words with real situations. You do not need an English-speaking country to practice every day. You can speak while walking, cooking, cleaning, driving, or getting ready in the morning. Describe everything you see around you. Talk about what you are doing and what you plan to do later. Ask yourself simple questions and answer them in English. This habit keeps your mind active and makes English a natural part of your routine. Over time, speaking aloud feels comfortable instead of strange. Do not worry if your pronunciation is not perfect. Clear communication is much more important than sounding exactly like a native speaker. Focus on speaking slowly and clearly. Listen carefully to good English speakers and repeat their sentences. Shadowing is an excellent exercise because it improves pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence at the same time. The goal is not perfection, but steady progress through regular practice. Consistency always beats intensity. Speaking for 10 or 15 minutes every day creates stronger habits than practicing for 2 hours only once a week. Your brain learns best through frequent repetition. Each short practice session strengthens your confidence and reduces fear. Eventually, speaking English becomes automatic because your mind grows familiar with expressing thoughts without hesitation. Every daily conversation, no matter how short or imperfect, builds another layer of experience that prepares you for more challenging discussions and greater opportunities. Stop fearing mistakes because they help you learn faster. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles for English learners around the world. Many people know enough vocabulary to hold a simple conversation, yet they remain silent because they are afraid of saying something wrong. They worry that others will laugh, correct them, or judge their grammar and pronunciation. This fear creates hesitation, and hesitation prevents progress. The truth is that every mistake you make brings you one step closer to becoming a confident English speaker. Mistakes are not signs of failure. They are signs that you are practicing, improving, and stretching your abilities. Think about how children learn their first language. They do not wait until they know every grammar rule before speaking. They use simple words, make funny mistakes, and pronounce many sounds incorrectly. Parents do not expect perfection. Instead, they encourage every attempt and gently help them improve. Over time, those small mistakes disappear because children continue speaking every day. English learners can benefit from the same approach. Speak first, learn from your mistakes, and then speak again with greater confidence. Every mistake gives you useful information. If you use the wrong word, you discover the correct one. If your pronunciation confuses someone, you learn how to say the word more clearly. If your grammar sounds unnatural, you remember a better sentence structure for next time. These lessons stay in your memory because they come from real experience instead of passive reading. A corrected mistake often becomes unforgettable because your brain connects it with a meaningful situation. Many successful English speakers admit that they made countless mistakes while learning. They forgot words in the middle of conversations, mixed up tenses, mispronounced common expressions, and sometimes felt embarrassed. The difference was that they never allowed those moments to stop them. They understood that confidence grows through action, not perfection. Every conversation became another opportunity to improve instead of another reason to quit. Instead of asking yourself, "What if I make a mistake?" ask a different question. Ask, "What can I learn if I make a mistake?" This simple change in thinking transforms fear into curiosity. Suddenly, mistakes become valuable teachers rather than painful experiences. You stop avoiding conversations and start welcoming them because each conversation teaches something new. Learning becomes exciting because every challenge helps you become a better communicator. It is also important to remember that most people are not focusing on your mistakes. They are listening to your message, not counting your grammar errors. Many native speakers appreciate anyone who is making an effort to learn their language. They usually admire your courage more than they notice your imperfections. Even if someone corrects you, see it as a gift instead of criticism. A correction is free guidance that helps you speak more naturally in future conversations. Create a habit of reviewing your mistakes without judging yourself. After every conversation, think about 1 or 2 things you could improve. Maybe you forgot a useful word, used the wrong tense, or struggled with pronunciation. Write those points in a notebook and practice them again. The next time you speak, try using the corrected version. This simple routine turns every mistake into permanent progress and gradually replaces fear with confidence. As your confidence grows, you will notice yourself speaking more freely, responding more quickly, and enjoying conversations instead of worrying about every sentence you say. Practice consistently through real conversations and repetition. Consistency is one of the most powerful secrets behind learning English successfully. Many learners become excited for a few days, study for hours, and then stop practicing for a week. When they return, they realize they have forgotten many words and feel less confident than before. This cycle slows progress and makes learning feel difficult. Instead of studying only when you feel motivated, create a habit of practicing every single day. Even 15 or 20 minutes of focused speaking can produce better results than several hours of practice once in a while. Real conversations are especially important because they teach skills that books alone cannot provide. When you speak with another person, you learn to listen carefully, respond naturally, and think quickly. You begin to understand different accents, speaking speeds, and common expressions that people use in everyday life. These experiences prepare you for real communication outside the classroom. Every conversation strengthens your ability to understand English and express your ideas more confidently. Do not wait until you feel completely ready before joining conversations. Readiness comes through practice, not before it. Start with simple topics such as your daily routine, favorite food, hobbies, work, family, or future goals. Ask easy questions and answer them with complete sentences. As your confidence grows, gradually discuss more challenging subjects. Each conversation expands your vocabulary, improves your sentence structure, and helps you think more naturally in English. Repetition is another essential part of becoming fluent. Many learners believe they should always study new words and advanced grammar. However, repeating familiar words and sentences is just as important. Repetition strengthens your memory and helps useful expressions become automatic. When you repeat a sentence many times, your brain no longer needs to translate every word. Instead, the entire sentence comes naturally whenever you need it. One effective method is to choose 5 or 10 useful sentences and practice them throughout the day. Say them while walking, cooking, exercising, or driving. Repeat them until they feel comfortable and effortless. Then replace a few words to create new sentences with the same pattern. For example, if you practice the sentence, "I enjoy reading books every evening," you can easily change it to, "I enjoy watching movies every weekend," or, "I enjoy learning English every morning." This technique teaches grammar naturally while expanding your vocabulary. Listening and repeating native speakers is another powerful habit. Watch short videos, listen to podcasts, or play simple conversations. Pause after each sentence and repeat exactly what you hear. Try to copy the pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation as closely as possible. This exercise, often called shadowing, improves your speaking speed, pronunciation, and confidence at the same time. It also helps you develop a more natural speaking style because you become familiar with how fluent speakers connect words and express emotions. Consistency also builds confidence. Every successful practice session proves that you are improving, even if the progress feels small. Over weeks and months, those small improvements become major changes. Words come to your mind more quickly. sentences become smoother, and conversations feel less stressful. You begin speaking without constantly translating from your native language because repeated practice trains your brain to think directly in English. The most successful learners understand that fluency is not achieved through occasional effort, but through daily commitment. They keep speaking when they feel confident, and they continue speaking even when they feel discouraged. They know that every conversation, every repeated sentence, and every practice session adds another layer of experience. Day after day, their communication becomes clearer, their vocabulary becomes stronger, and their confidence continues growing because consistent practice transforms small daily actions into lasting language skills. Think in English instead of translating every sentence. This habit may seem difficult at first, but it is one of the most effective ways to improve your fluency. Many English learners listen to a question, translate it into their native language, think of an answer, and then translate the answer back into English before speaking. This process takes time and often creates hesitation. By the time they are ready to respond, the conversation has already moved forward. Learning to think directly in English helps you respond faster, speak more naturally, and build greater confidence in real conversations. The reason translation slows you down is that your brain performs several extra steps before producing a sentence. Every translation requires time and mental effort. When you think directly in English, those unnecessary steps disappear. Your thoughts become connected to English words instead of words from another language. Gradually, your mind begins choosing English vocabulary automatically, making conversations smoother and more enjoyable. You do not need advanced vocabulary to start thinking in English. Begin with simple ideas and familiar words. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, "I need to brush my teeth. I will make breakfast. Today looks beautiful." While walking outside, describe what you see around you. Say, "The sky is clear. The road is busy. That child is running. Those birds are flying." These simple thoughts train your brain to connect everyday experiences with English instead of your native language. As your confidence grows, make your thoughts more detailed. Describe your feelings, your plans, your opinions, and your goals. Instead of thinking, "I am tired," continue by adding, "I worked hard today, but I still want to practice English tonight." Expand your ideas naturally, without worrying about making perfect sentences. The purpose is to build the habit of thinking in English, not to create flawless grammar every time. Pictures are another excellent tool for developing this skill. Look at a photograph, a magazine, or something in your room. Describe everything you notice using English. Talk about colors, shapes, people, actions, and emotions. If you do not know a word, explain it using simpler vocabulary instead of switching to your native language. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, "It is something people use when it rains." This habit teaches flexibility and helps you communicate even when your vocabulary is limited. Reading simple English books and listening to easy conversations also encourage thinking in English. As you read, imagine the scenes without translating each sentence. When you hear common expressions repeatedly, they become familiar enough to understand instantly. Over time, your brain starts recognizing patterns instead of individual translated words. This makes listening easier and allows you to respond more naturally during conversations. Avoid depending too much on bilingual dictionaries. Whenever possible, use English-to-English dictionaries that explain words using simple English. This method strengthens your ability to understand meanings directly without returning to your native language. It may feel slower in the beginning, but it develops stronger language skills over time. You begin connecting English words with ideas and images rather than translated definitions. Be patient, because changing the way you think takes regular practice. At first, your mind will naturally return to your native language. This is completely normal. Each time you notice yourself translating, gently switch back to English without becoming frustrated. Every small effort strengthens your ability to think directly in the language. After weeks of daily practice, you will notice that simple thoughts appear in English automatically, familiar expressions come to your mind without effort, and conversations become faster because your brain no longer depends on constant translation before speaking aloud. Stay confident and patient, because daily practice leads to fluency. Learning English is a journey that requires time, effort, and persistence. Many learners become discouraged because they expect fast results. They study for a few weeks, speak for a few days, and then wonder why they are not already fluent. When progress feels slow, they begin to doubt themselves and sometimes stop practicing completely. The truth is that fluency does not appear overnight. It grows little by little through consistent daily effort. Confidence and patience help you continue practicing even when improvement seems small. Confidence does not mean speaking perfect English. It means believing that you can communicate, learn from mistakes, and improve with practice. Many people wait until they feel completely confident before speaking, but confidence actually comes from speaking regularly. Every conversation teaches something valuable. Every successful sentence, no matter how simple, proves that you are making progress. The more often you use English, the more comfortable you become, and the confidence you seek begins to grow naturally. Patience is equally important because language learning happens in small steps. Some days, you will remember many new words. Other days, you may forget familiar expressions or struggle to explain simple ideas. These experiences are completely normal. Learning is not a straight line. There will be good days and difficult days, but every practice session strengthens your skills. Even when you cannot see immediate improvement, your brain is still building new language connections through repetition and experience. Avoid comparing your progress with someone else's journey. Every learner has a different background, different opportunities, and different learning speed. Some people practice for several hours every day, while others only have a few minutes. Some live in English-speaking environments, while others practice alone at home. Comparing yourself with others often creates unnecessary frustration. Instead, compare yourself with the person you were last month or last year. Notice the words you can now understand, the conversations you can now follow, and the sentences you can now speak with greater confidence. Celebrate small achievements because they are signs of real progress. Maybe today you understood a short video without subtitles. Perhaps you introduced yourself confidently or ordered food in English without hesitation. These moments may seem small, but they are important milestones. Recognizing your improvement keeps you motivated and reminds you that your daily practice is producing results. Small victories create positive momentum and encourage you to continue learning. Building a daily routine makes patience easier. Set aside a specific time each day for English practice. Read a short article, listen to a podcast, repeat useful sentences, or have a brief conversation. You do not need to study for hours. What matters most is showing up consistently. Regular practice becomes a habit, and habits are easier to maintain than occasional bursts of motivation. Even on busy days, a few minutes of focused practice keeps your learning moving forward. Positive self-talk also plays an important role in building confidence. Instead of saying, "My English is terrible," tell yourself, "My English is improving every day." Replace negative thoughts with encouraging ones. Your attitude affects your willingness to practice, and your willingness to practice determines your progress. Believe that every lesson, every conversation, and every mistake is helping you become a stronger communicator. Remember that every fluent English speaker was once a beginner who struggled with vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and confidence. They reached fluency because they refused to give up when progress felt slow. They continued practicing through mistakes, uncertainty, and difficult moments. Their success was not based on talent alone, but on consistent effort and patient determination. If you continue practicing every day, stay confident during challenges, and trust the learning process, your English will become stronger, clearer, and more natural. With every passing day, as your ability grows through steady dedication and meaningful daily practice.